Hello everyone, we're gonna get right into this video. So today, this video is about my experience with the Ouija board and me leading up to getting rid of it. Like, all the way from when I got it, what's happened, and to when I'm getting rid of it. So basically, like 3 or 4 months ago I got a Ouija board. I played it. I don't think I followed very many rules, like at all. And I think that's what started this all. So, I quote unquote like played it. I don't really know how you're supposed to play it, but I just kind of jumped in, which I probably shouldn't have done. And I was a little nervous to go to bed the night I played it, but I thought it was just a board game, but I was wrong. And nobody should ever play this. Anyways, about 2 or 3 weeks later, the first weird paranormal kind of thing happens. So I'm sitting on my bed watching TV, and I'm home alone, and all of a sudden, in the kitchen, I hear a glass shatter. Now, I have a dish rack, and they're all like securely in there, but I heard 2 glasses shatter and a couple of plastic cups fall. So I was just like, I tried to make it seem normal, but there was really no way I could, but I just was like, whatever. And then my front and back door, like we live in an apartment, and so there's 2 doors and there's stairs leading up from both sides. So those top doors both open, like the ones that are in my house that I can see them from my room, both just opened, and I was like really scared at that point. And I was just like, oh, it's just the wind. So I went and closed them, and a little bit later they opened again. So just didn't think much of it. It was pretty weird, but I just tried to make sense of it, like, oh, it was the wind. And then there was this other time. This was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I was sitting on my bed watching YouTube with my brother. Like, he was across the room on his bed, and so I told him we were gonna watch a scary movie, and I told him if he wants to leave, he can. I never saw him leave. Keep that in mind. I thought he stayed to watch Scream with me. Anyways, I was sitting on my bed, and I'm not even looking over at him, I'm just watching the movie. And then I tell him that there's a scary movie coming up. I'm a scary part. And he's not there. Like, at all. And I'm like, Mason? He was never there. Even when I asked I told him that I was gonna watch a scary movie. But I felt someone over there. And I heard someone come in, but he was never there. Ever. I even went into the living room and asked where he was, and he said he was in there just watching his tablet the entire time. So that kind of made me a little scared, because I felt someone over there. Okay. Anyways, there's another. This is right before the big event. So, I was sitting on my bed watching TV, and I have a bunk bed, as you can see. And when someone's on the top bunk, you can just, you know that there's someone up there, because it it just feels heavier in a way. I thought my brother, not my older brother, but he's the middle child. I thought he came in and was sitting up there because I felt someone up there. I even got up to try and mess around with him, but then I didn't see anybody up there. So I just tried to brush it off. This is where I got super scared. I came back down, sat on my bed, and I could feel someone sitting up there. Like, even when you, pushed the mattress up, you could feel someone's weight up there. And, I was so scared, I didn't know what to do. So, I just kind of went out and hung out in the living room. I never really told anybody about this. There is one more instance. It's when I sleep over my grandma's. So, when I sleep over my grandma's, I sleep in her guest bedroom. And the past, 2 or 3 times I slept over there, I felt someone standing by the window over the heater. But I never looked. But, you know that feeling, where you can feel someone's presence? That's what I felt. And I tried telling her about it. And apparently a couple days prior to that, she said she thought there was someone in the house. And that, she was so scared that she even tried to, call out, hello, is anybody there? Nobody answered. And that was just really freaky. Anyways, here's the big event. So, I slept over at my friend's house. And at 10 o'clock at night, we decided to make homemade mozzarella sticks out of Cheez-It crumbs. So good, by the way. But as we were making them, I thought I heard his dead dog bark. Because, it was a female dog, and the dog he had now was a male. And every time I would come over, his dog, she was alive, would bark at me. And I know what her bark sounds like. So we were just making that, and I swear I heard his dead dog bark. I heard the bark. And that kind of, set off us talking about ghost stories and all that. So we just sat there for, the 10 minutes that they were cooking, talking about ghost stories. And we're just sitting there in the kitchen, and we thought we heard the living room TV turn on while everybody was asleep. And you could see a reflection of the TV on the whiteboard. So we slowly went in to check. It turns out it was just his TV, but it was a little bit of a scare. But the night, as it goes on, gets creepier and creepier. So we were in his room after we had the mozzarella sticks. We were gonna watch some paranormal YouTube videos because we were so interested after the ghost stories. So we started to watch a famous YouTuber, Sam and Kobe, The Conjuring House. And we'd keep hearing footsteps outside his door. But his parents were asleep, and every time they get up, they always turn the light on, and we'd look in between the cracks of the door to see if there was a light on. There was not. So that was really scary. So then we decided to shut off the paranormal videos and just put on a podcast in the background and kind of just listen for anything else to happen. We kept hearing, knocks and, thudding. And he was like, oh, maybe Zoe's visiting us because Zoe's the name of his dog, dead dog. I heard her bark earlier. But then he looked up if pets can visit and after death. And yes, they can, but it also said that bad spirits can imitate your pets. So then we got the shivers. So throughout the night, we just heard knocks, bangs. We even heard the trash can knock over. And the remote fell from his TV thing. And we were so scared that we kept calling our friend Zach. And he's like a very holy man. So we asked for a prayer. We called him 10 times before he answered. He finally answered and he did a prayer. And after that, it kind of just stopped. But not for long. So basically we had 2 GoPros set up at the door. Or like, so you could see his entire room. Recording the entire time. He has this GoPro. It's not like made by GoPro, but it's like, just like one. And you have to press a button to record, but you also have to press the button again to stop it. We were both sitting on his bed. And, with 2 baseball bats. Just waiting for something to happen, hoping that nothing was going to happen. And we wouldn't even go out to go to the bathroom. We had a Fiji water bottle that we'd pee in. I'm not even kidding. We were that scared. Anyways, we were sitting on the bed. And the cameras were like pretty much fully charged. And they've only been on for like 20-30 minutes. We hear his camera say recording stopped, which is what it does when someone presses the button. And our faces just like went blank. Like we were so scared. Like you have no idea how terrified we were. So I slowly go up to the camera, take it, and I turn it on. It still has battery. So it's not that it died. It's that someone pressed it or something. Pressed the button to turn it off. Anyways, it stopped for like 30 minutes or so. Like for quite a while anyway. And we decided to go out to go to the bathroom because we were all out of bottles. We were so scared that we kept peeing so many times that we needed to actually go to the bathroom now. So we grab a knife and a flashlight. We turn on every single light in our path. We were so scared. And we'd like guard the bathroom like for each other with the knife and the flashlight, just like telling the other if something happened. And in the bathroom he has mirrors. We literally he has like 3 foldable mirrors. We literally folded them all together so nothing you couldn't see in the mirror. We were so scared we didn't want to see anything. That's not where it ends. We go back in the room. But wait. Well, actually, I should tell you what happened while we were out. Nothing really happened. It's just that the trash can was upright again, which was really scared. It was in the same, like, it was just, like, put back up. We were so terrified. And the remote, it had the cover on when we went to bed, like his living room TV. It had the cover on the battery thing. When we checked it, it had the cover off, simply right next to it. That, like, so spooked us. And if you guys think, oh, your parents could have just pranking you, or his parents could have been just pranking us, they were not, because we asked them, and we told them all about this night. They were not. So, we went back into our room, and we barricaded the door. Like, his bed is right next to the door. His door locks, but we still barricaded it. So, we took an ironing board, and we put it in front of the door, and in between the bed and the wall. So, like, the door couldn't be opened even if it was unlocked. And then we took a little wooden, like, pull-out drawer shelf thingy, and put it in front on the other side of the ironing board, so like the ironing board couldn't just like snap. And then we put my sweatshirt under the crack of the door. So after that, we just heard knocks and like thudding and like footsteps, but it like slowed down. We like kind of calmed down. We did not sleep the entire night. But at 5 o'clock, his dad got up for work, and he wasn't answering us when we were calling him. The door was still barricaded, the door was still locked, but he wasn't answering when we called him. So we were like, let's not go out there. What if it's a trap? Because, like, the light turned on, and that's what usually the parents do. His parents do when they go out there. So we're like, let's not. Let's just stay here. So we did. Until his mom finally came out and answered while we were calling him. His dad was just so sleepy that he didn't hear us. But his mom heard us. So we got out of there, unbarricaded the door, and we went into his parents' room and slept in there. It did not end there. We kept hearing things over by the closet, and in the closet even. And, his sister has a gaming chair, like, under her bed. She has, like, this cool, like, bed with a closet in it, and, like, a desk, and she put her gaming chair. It's like a bunk bed, except it doesn't have a bottom bunk. Anyways, her gaming chair was in there, and it spun around once, but it still did. And, he went to sleep after me. I was, like, knocked out cold. We went to bed for, like, about an hour or two, and I was just knocked out cold. And keep in mind that when I'm sleeping, I literally only sleep in one position. He knows this, because I sleep over there a lot, and he always sees me in this one position. Always, like, straight. I don't move any way. Like, anyways, he said in the morning that he felt someone's hand touch his back, and he thought it was me playing a prank, but he looked over, and apparently I was passed out cold. So that kind of spooked me, and I probably would have slept longer, but I'm so glad he woke me up, because he woke me up, and he was, like, so frantic, because he was sitting in the living room, and he looked into the bedroom, and he saw the sheets, like, moving, but he said I was not moving. The sheets were just moving. The bed was creaking, almost as someone was, like, standing on it. And he said it started to shake a little bit. Not like viciously shake, but just, like, shake, like, a little bit, like that, I guess. I don't know. And he comes in, and he's like, why, wake up. And he's like, get out of bed now. And, like, I'm super scared. We didn't know what to do besides check the footage of the GoPro. So, I hooked my phone up to the TV, and my GoPro was hooked up to my phone so I could see all the footage. I clicked on the first video. I pressed play. 5 seconds in, everything deletes from my GoPro and my phone. Literally everything. And you literally have to go in and manually delete them one by one, and they all just disappeared. It just said no media yet. And we were really scared. Like, because we didn't know what just happened. And I would not have deleted them because it has videos of my hamster on it. And I love my hamster. So I would not, like, delete them at all. And because I wanted to check the footage. So we decided to go down to this, like, shop where they sell, like, sage and stuff. And we got it, like, for when we get rid of the Ouija board. And we had Domino's for lunch. And we could feel the presence of, like, someone sitting at our table. It wasn't each other because we knew each other was there, but it felt like someone else was, like, sitting next to me. And the Domino's door would open and close without anybody being there, which was really, really freaky. So I told them that we'd get rid of the Ouija board after I looked up how to properly dispose of it. I even asked the lady that we bought sage from. So I have it tied up right now, like the planchette to the board, and I have a warning note. And this weekend, expect a video to come out of me burying it with my friend in the middle of the woods. We're gonna like use the sage and stuff, but it's just so scary how this happened to us. So I think when I played, I accidentally left the quote-unquote portal open, and that's why I like had a spirit like attached to me, because like everywhere I went, something like paranormal would happen eventually. So I feel like I had one attached to me, which was really, really freaky. But we are going to bury it with a warning note in the box and it tied up. And we are going to use sage and maybe some Epsom salt with water to just circle it around like or whatever. But by far the scariest thing. And he's 14 and I'm 15. We both cried like quite a bit at the sleepover because of this. It was really scary is what it was, because we didn't know what to do. Like, it was just freaky, I guess. But anyways, when I got home last night, I quickly took it out and did what the lady said to close the portal. And ever since then, I feel fine. And like, he said everything's fine at his house. Everything has just been normal since then. Knock on wood. But yeah, that is my experience with the Ouija board. I do not recommend playing this. Ever. Like, ever. And do not, like, I don't recommend messing with one at all or anything. Because, like, these things are serious. I bought it because I thought it was a joke. It ended up not being. I mean, sure, it was months later. But I feel like the spirit was just waiting for the right time. I don't know what circumstances he had for the right time. But I was definitely really, really scared. He was too. And, so yeah, this weekend we are most likely going to go bury it, but we gotta see if we can do a sleepover. But right now, everything is good. It's tied up. I'm safe. He's safe. Nothing else has happened. Knock on wood. So, yeah. So that was my experience with a Ouija board. That's how it's gonna end today's video. So thank you everyone for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell, and like the video. Goodbye, guys.